Okay guys, here I am getting ready to put on a tutorial for how to fork a GitHub repository and send it over to Gitorious, because that's what our team will be using for all our Git projects. Alright, so here I am at the terminal screen. First I'm going to do a little preparation on my computer by making a directory that I'm going to hold this repository in. So I'm going to make directory. I'm going to call this one repo. Alright, there I've got that. I'm going to switch over to Firefox. And in GitHub, I already have pulled up the package that I want to copy. So I'm going to just press this fork button here. You have to be logged in when you do this step, because it's going to fork it to your account. Okay. I'm going to make sure I know the name of the branch that I want to sync or pull. In this case, I want to pull the ICS branch. So you can pull down here and see which branch. Just so you make sure you know the name of the branch. Alright. I'm going to copy this name here because I'm going to use that name for a few things. Now I'm going to switch over to my Gitorious, and I've created a project called Example, just for this example. I'm going to click Add Repository. I'm going to put that same name into the name, and I'm just going to say forked from cyanogen mod on GitHub. Create repository. Okay, while that's being made, I'm going to switch back to the terminal. And I'm going to initialize my Git repository on my home computer. To do that, you put in git init, init, and I want to copy over the name that we copied. It's going to initiate that Git repository. I forgot to CD into repo, so I'm just going to move to repo. Okay, now we're in repo. So what I should have done there is made the repo and then CD'd into the repo folder and then initiated the Git repository in there. Okay, so I'm going to CD into that Git repository, because anytime you run a git command, you have to be inside the repository for which you are running the command. So now I'm inside that repository. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some remotes. You'll see what I mean in a second here. Okay, so now this is forked. I'm going to grab this address right here. I want to make sure that SSH right here is clicked. I'm going to grab this address and copy it. Go back to the terminal. I'm going to click git remote add origin and copy that address. Pretty much what this does is it tells Git for this particular repository, anytime I want to pull or push or do anything with the repository on GitHub, all I have to do is type in origin now. So all I have to do is type in git pull origin. Makes things a little bit easier. I'm going to switch back to Firefox, go to my Gitorious. I'm going to copy this address right here. Control C. Now I'm going to type in git remote add dest, as in destination, I'm going to copy that address. Okay. Now I have my computer all set up. I'm going to do my first pull from the origin remote. Git pull origin, and remember, here is where you have to know the branch of what you're trying to pull. So in our case, it's ICS. That was quick, and downloaded the 572 objects, and you see there it also shows you which branch it collected. Now by default, it's going to pull that branch from the GitHub repository, it was in the branch ICS, and it's going to pull it by default to your master branch. Alright? To see your branches, all you have to do is type git branch and then -L as in list. That's your list option. Now it's going to show a star next to the branch that you're currently on, but we only have one, so obviously it's only going to show the star on that one. Now we want to make our own ICS branch from this repository, because then we have to push the ICS branch to the Gitorious. So what we're going to do is git branch ICS. That's all you have to do. Enter. Now one important thing to note here is that when you create a branch off of your master branch, it's going to copy everything that's in your master branch. So if your master branch is empty, when you go to branch into another branch, then your new branch will be empty as well. In which case you have to merge your master with your new branch. That's just an extra step. So when you're doing this, make sure that you've pulled into your master already. Okay, now we have to switch to, well, we don't have to, but what I'm going to do is switch to the ICS branch to make sure that it's not empty. So what you're going to do is type git checkout ICS. I'm going to tell you that it's switched, and I'm going to type ls for list. And you see things there. Obviously it's not empty. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to push the ICS branch to the Gitorious. So you're going to type git push dest ICS. Now the thing to know here is that if the ICS branch does not exist on the destination repository, it's going to create it. And it's going to use the name, whatever name you put in there. But of course the branch has to exist on your local computer. Bam! Right there it shows successful syncing to Gitorious. It shows that you have a new branch called ICS. So let's switch back and make sure that it worked. Okay, so I'm still on here in my Gitorious on this screen. I'm just going to refresh. And now you see that there's a branch there called ICS. If you click on that, it'll bring you to the commit history. If you click on source tree right here, you can see that it's got the files in there. So you have successfully forked a GitHub repository and transferred it to your Gitorious account. A couple good things to remember about Git is you can use the help at any time. Whoops. Git -- help will give you a number of commands that you can use. And if you type in the command, say we wanted to have help with branch, there are command specific help contexts that you can use. I give you all the details you need for everything regarding Git. And there it is. Have fun, guys.